So it has officially been 1 hour since I started reading. I'm now at page like 134, I think. Hold on. About to start chapter 11. Yes, 131. So I read about 60 pages in an hour, which is like lower than my usual pace, but pretty standard since it's like the beginning of a fantasy novel. I'm reading a little slower than usual just because I have to like get used to the like words and stuff. Zayden. This book is crazy, by the way. This is crazy. Why didn't I read this sooner? Also, why is my hair giving blowout? It's not. These little flippy-do pieces are in the front, really piquing my confidence. I have read for an hour. I am really hungry. It's like noon right now, but there's like no food here for me to eat. So I might go back to my house and eat lunch, but I kind of want to keep reading. I was gonna keep reading, but then I was like, oh my gosh, like I told you guys I would update you an hour in, so here's my hour in update. Spoiler alert, this video is gonna be full of spoilers. I'm at the part where she did the gauntlet, like the first time, and then the one girl died. Oriel, I can't pronounce anyone's name in this book, by the way. Yeah. I really appreciate the chapter lengths in this book because I feel like the longest chapter I've read is like 20-ish pages. And that's so great because yeah, I'm hooked. I was sat in this chair. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna read a bit more. I think go back to reading, maybe get some lunch, and yeah. So I ended up, Lana is sitting with me. I ended up reading to page 192, so it's about, what was that, like 60 more pages. Yeah, so we're chilling here. I'm about to go over and eat some lunch because it got intense, guys. Got intense. Spoiler warning again. Sorry for the side part, Jesus. She bonded with 2 dragons. This is insane. I can't take it. Lana is really interested too. Yeah, so that's where we're at now. I only have like 60 more pages to read until I get to my goal for the day. So it's very manageable. I'll probably surpass that because I'm hooked. I honestly could keep reading here, but I'm so incredibly hungry that like I have to get up. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna use this clip because the TV's on, but it's been a while now. It's now like 5:30. I came over here, I ate lunch, I hung out with my mom and watched TV with her on the couch, like I can't even lie. But I officially made it to my goal for the day. My book's over there, so I can't grab it. I'll grab it, but I literally am addicted to this book. Guys, I'm literally addicted. Like it's a problem. It's a problem, guys. Like, oh my God. Okay, so I like am at the halfway point and like, oh my God, guys. This book is insane. I can't put it down. And I'm sorry the lighting is so bad right here. And I look kind of like garbage, but it's okay. Let's talk about Fourth Wing. This book, my rating is, right now, it is a 4 out of 5. I think 4 out of 5 stars. Or it might be a 5-star read, I don't know. I want to give it 5 stars right now, but I just read it. So of course I'm like, ugh. Okay, so. Fourth Wing. I know this was popular like over the summer, right? But I got it for Christmas and I started it that day. And I don't have the sleeve on it because I don't like reading hardbacks with sleeves. But let me first, look at this. Is this not the most lovely thing you've seen? I forgot how much I love a fantasy book, but I have not read a fantasy series like this since like, that's so different. Cause I feel like sometimes with like, I don't know, like Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard is very like Lord of the Rings-esque, so I'm like, okay, like I kind of know like the vibe of what I'm getting into. This though, so unlike anything I've read, and I have not felt this way when reading a fantasy book, or a book in general, I guess, since reading ACOTAR / Throne. I didn't finish Throne of Glass, that's on my to-do list, but like, we'll just say ACOTAR, like A Court of Mist and Fury, Akamath, that is how I felt while reading this book. It just completely entranced me, and I am a fantasy girl, so like, preface this by saying, I read rom-coms and fantasy, and I love a fantasy with romance. Yeah, I'll take one of those, please. Enemies to lovers? Oh, I'll take one of those, please. Thank you. Thank you. Brooding love interest with black hair? Oh, I'll take one of those, please. But I do have some not critiques, but like piqued interest. So I am going to be getting into spoilers. So, spoiler for review, go read it. I liked it. It's really good. Very similar in like, it didn't like remind me of ACOTAR in like content wise, but like, I don't know, like vibe wise it kind of did. Like same, like I would say like level of like spice, same level of like spice and like, I guess language, I would say. It's like written differently obviously because it's by Rebecca Yarros? I don't know how to say her last name, I'm so sorry. But like, same like kind of vibe, totally different, way different content, y'all, way different content. But yes, there's my spoiler free review. So if you have not read it and you don't, or you just don't want to be spoiled, stop here. Okay, now to the people that enjoy talking, because I need to discuss also, but also this eats. So I have some comments. Am I madly in love with Xaden Riorsan? Yes, I am. I have fallen guilty. I'm very curious where this is going to go in the second book, which I don't have. I need to go buy. And then in the third book, because I accidentally a little bit spoiled myself because I opened the author's Instagram reels when she like announced that she was like writing the third book, like, or like planning it or whatever. And the top comment was, please fix Xaden. And so now I'm like, what happened? Guys, what happened? What happened? And it's also like, I saw people on TikTok talking about this, like the ACOTAR curse, where it's like everyone loves Tamlin in the first book, but then it's like, ugh. So I'm really scared. Really scared. I thought at the beginning it was gonna be like a love triangle between Dane, Xaden, and Violet, but it's not really. I wouldn't call it a love triangle because it's more like I don't like Dane. He kind of gives me the creeps a little bit. I can't even lie. Yes, but there are a couple of things. This is gonna be like kind of short, I think, even though I have lots of opinions, but I haven't had time to formulate them. I really liked it. It was truly unlike anything I've read in like a while, so that was really appreciated. Lots of words. I did spend the first like 50 pages like, what, like, you know, the Charlie Brown teacher, like that's kind of how I felt, because it's like, whoa, information, but it wasn't bad. I would say, like, it's like fantasy books just like kind of have to do that to get in, so you're like in the world. But this Rebecca really sucks you in. Guys, I read for like 3 hours straight and I thought it was like 5 minutes. I have not read like that in a long time. Usually the only time I can sit down and read for like 5 hours straight is like a rom-com, where I read the whole thing in one sitting, which is really unhealthy and not very good. But it is good because right now I'm trying to read as many books as possible. Anyways, this book. Like, it was so good. I literally cannot. I've seen people say they don't like the second book as much, but like I haven't started reading it. What's interesting is like, okay, the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard is my favorite book series like under the sun, which you might be like, that's kind of weird, because while it's a really good book series, it's not usually people's favorite. I read Red Queen and then Glass Orcs. I think those were the two that had been out in like 6th grade, like the end of 6th grade. I'm a sophomore in college, by the way. And then I had to wait for releases for the rest of the like 5 books. I have all of them. I have the collector's editions. Those books got me back into reading in middle school and also changed my brain chemistry forever. And I know some people don't like them, but I don't care. Hey guys, I don't care if you think they're boring. I'm a Cal lover. I'm anti-Maven. Maven, I feel like I'm the only person to ever say that. But I think it's kind of interesting because it's like, why I tag the connection between Red Queen and this book. Like, I want to know if Rebecca has read Red Queen, which it's fine. Okay, I will say, I'm not trying to be like, Rebecca is copying Victoria. Because no, nothing is original anymore. We live in the 21st century and there are no original ideas anymore at this point. It's very rare to find an original idea. Like, everything has been done, especially in YA fantasy. Oh my god. But it's really interesting because, like, Xaden has the same, like, not the same, but, like, very similar characteristic traits, black hair and, like, goldy, bronzy, onks eyes to Cal, one of the main love interests in Red Queen. So I think that's kind of interesting. And the only reason I just thought of this is because so the ending of the book, which I just read, is, I still don't really know where Xaden and Violet lie, but maybe that's like the point. I'll get to them in a second. But the ending of the book where she's like, her brother's alive, that's the exact ending of Red Queen, which I don't care. It's a bomb ending, and of course it's very different. But like, at the ending of Red Queen, if you've not read it, spoiler, oh, I'm so sorry. But like, her brother Shade turns out to be alive at the end of the first book, and we meet him. It's like how the story ends, basically, if I'm remembering correctly. They're on the train, and he's there, and she's like, what? Hey, what? So it's kind of interesting. I mean, I enjoy the plot. I do it for the plot. I'm confused at where they are. I don't really understand the ending of the book, okay? I will be honest. Maybe I'm dumb. Let me let it sink for a little bit. I'll watch some TikToks, and then I'll get it, guys. But, so yeah. I don't mind the ending. I don't know if there's a discourse about the ending. It's good. It's good. But it's just, I have something to say about Violet, my girl. I like her. I enjoy her. However, her and Xaden, they're moving very quickly, which raises, they're just moving very fast. Like, it brings my blinkers on. I'm like, what's this about? Like, she said I love you very quickly, and I understand, like, this book, it spans a long amount of time. However, I don't know, maybe it's me. I'm like, I don't know, it felt very soon after them getting, like, romantically involved regularly. And she's like, oh, I fell for him. Oh my god, I love him. Oh my god. And I'm like very curious, like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that. Because I like Xaden, but also he's all like, I've fallen for you, blah, blah, blah. They're already like that? No, they're not. No, they're not gonna, no. But moving on from them. Love them, but moving kind of quickly. I don't know how I feel about it. Jumping topics. This is a really stream of consciousness review. I was really pleased though, because at the beginning of the book, I thought, because the threshing, right, that's what it is, when they get their dragon bonds, like when the dragons choose them, I thought, oh, okay, so this book is going to span from when she goes in to the threshing would be like the ending of the book. And I was like, oh god, this is going to be slow. Like, I mean, I was just kind of expecting that going into it, like after reading like the first chapter or whatever, because I'm like, oh, okay, that naturally progression makes sense. Boom, boom. This is just going to span her time. That's like this far into the book. It's like, oh, it's over now? Oh, okay. Which I really appreciated because it kept the pace going. This book is so fast paced. Time moves so fast, which I think is why it hooks readers in. Like I just looked at random chapter page. You can't really see, but these little quotes at the top, I thought was like very unique. Not that that's not like a thing to do at the beginning of chapters, but I don't know. It gives it a little like seasoning. Like, it's like, ooh, okay, like something different. Especially because like some of them's from like the Book of Brennan, which is like her brother's journal. And it's like kind of like, I don't know, I like it. I like when authors do that, or like they name their chapters, stuff. Like, I don't know, I think it gives oomph. I also appreciate the consistency because when she's talking to her dragon, or like when she's talking in her mind, it's in italics, which I appreciate the consistency with that because like I was getting lost at some points. I was like, hey, what? Also, I Want a Dragon. 98 pages later, I read this in I got this on Christmas Eve. And I started it then, probably got like 40 pages in, just sat and read. And then I didn't read on Christmas, and I read a little bit the day after Christmas, and then I read majority. I probably read like 300 to 400 pages yesterday, and then I finished the last like 70-ish pages just a little bit ago. But yes, there's my very short review of Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this reading vlog journey. Let me know if you want more book content. I'm not gonna listen, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I will start the second one, Iron Flame, as soon as I buy it. So thank you so much for watching. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe down below.